Through the grapevine of my friends also doing computer science, I've been told I should do an S1PERRY React video. So, can you guess what the video is about today? We're gonna go through... Which section should we go through? Should we do 1.1.1? 8 minutes worth? I think we should do 1.1.1. Wrong button. That's the right button. Yeah, so we're gonna do 1.1.1, and if you guys like this video, or if you're my fellow computer scientists out there revising, maybe hit that like button, subscribe, hit the comment section, say what you wanna see. This will probably be its own little thing. I'll just say random video on revising. So if you like that type of stuff. Goofy Gamer is now doing Goofy Revision. Oh, talking about Goofy Gamer. Let me just take these off for a second. Mind the hair, I need to get a haircut tomorrow. I found something from the old channel which I'm going to be using again. It doesn't really work with my outfit I'm currently wearing. I'm in green and blue, but hey. We have the old original Haunted Gaming hat. Yes, I found it, so let's just get straight into this video. Good luck revising, soldiers! Right. Okay.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Good afternoon.
Take whichever one applies to you. This is my A-level complete paper 1 revision lesson. Let's get started. Beginning with 1.1.1, structure and function of the processor.
One of the easiest topics.
Here we go. This is a diagram. This is what we're going to be talking about in this section. All the different bits and pieces.
Well, easiest in terms of application. There's a decent amount to remember, but it's probably not that. It's not that hard stuff to remember.
That you need to know about. The control unit, or CU, sends out control signals to other parts of the CPU. For example, read or write signals to memory. Executes programs by following the fetch decode execute cycle. Contains the clock, which coordinates CPU activity and the decoder. Okay. The arithmetic logic unit, or ALU, carries out calculations and logical operations upon the data.
ALU, aluminium. What? I don't know.
Data.
I don't know what I'm going to say in this video. I don't want it to just be me staring at the thing like, okay, just revising, just with the camera on me. Yep, totes. Totally tubular, it's totally tubular. No. Oh, yeah. Donald Trump revises computer science. This is OCR, by anyone wondering about it. The arithmetic logic unit is one of the ones I remember so much because it's just so nice to remember.
This includes the usual add, multiply, divide, and subtract calculations, but also data comparisons such as greater than, less than, or equal to. Moving on to registers, the program counter, or PC, holds the address in memory of the next instruction. Remember, it holds the location in memory of the next instruction, not the actual instruction itself. The memory address register, or MAR, stores the address of the data that has been fetched from or is about to be sent to memory, while the memory data register, or MDR, stores the data that has been fetched from or is about to be stored into memory. Stores the most recently fetched instruction, waiting to be decoded and executed. And finally, the accumulator, or ACC, holds the results of calculations and operations performed by the ALU. Buses, we all love buses. Buses are great.
Bus.
The address bus provides a memory address to system memory or input-output devices. The data bus transfers data between the CPU and memory or I/O devices and vice versa. And the control bus provides control signals that cause the memory or I/O to perform a read or write operation. Moving on to the fetch, decode, execute cycle. The task or the job of the CPU is to execute programs by repeatedly carrying out the fetch, decode, execute cycle. Sometimes shortened to fetch, execute cycle, FDE cycle, or even...
Which ones do you guys call it? I always call it the FE. cycle. What do I call it? The FDE. I think I call it the FE cycle. I think FE is easy. Cycle is easier to remember. Like fetch and then all the way to execute, and it's a cycle because it continuously thinks. Whereas FTE is a bit like, does that stand for foreign direct environment? You know, like I do so many things with so many anagrams. You have to try. You know, like gotta get on that like definition.
An FE cycle, it all means the same thing. Let's take a look at that in more
steps.
Detail, starting with fetch. Step 1. The program counter copies the address of the next instruction it contains into the memory address register. Step 2. The control unit loads the address to be used onto the address bus. Step 3. The control unit triggers a read signal down the control bus that causes main memory, RAM, to place the...
RAM is so expensive. One second. Let me go full screen. Let me go full screen. RAM is so expensive nowadays. Like so expensive. I like right before RAM started going up because of AI, I bought like an extra 16 gigabytes of RAM. I only have 32 gigabytes of RAM on this thing, which probably isn't enough nowadays, but it's DDR4. It's probably not enough at all. It's not like a big PC. I'm gonna build one when I'm older. I'm gonna do like a proper PC build. I might do a video on that. ASMR. I'm gonna stick in the RAM. I'm gonna stick in the RAM. Oh yes I am. Oh yes I am. Yeah, it's just like a let me try and remember the specs. It was a Ryzen 7. I can't remember the bit after that. It's a 4060, nothing special. 32 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4. LED RGB lights, fans. I've got them on red all the time, as you can probably see. I do not have a sense of space, as you can see right there. Do not mind these. Do not mind these. Don't mind them. Do not mind these. These are my sister's teddy bears that have randomly been stuffed in this corner here. I don't know why. I've even got Chewbacca back here. I don't know if you can hear the fan. I've got a fan right like there because it's still quite hot in my room. It doesn't help that this computer's been on for a decent while because I've been doing other revision as well. Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on physics paper 2 if you've done it? It was alright. It was an alright paper. I was expecting worse. Paper 3 is going to be diabolical, but yeah. Business papers. I have the weirdest combination of subjects, or like one of them. I have two really techie ones. I have physics and computer science, and then I've got business. I've got like two like some of the hardest A levels out there. Physics and further maths I've heard are like the hardest ones up there. And then computer science is like, I think, where do people put it? I think they put like 8 normally. Or like between 8 and 10 normally they put it. Business, nowhere near. I mean, there's a lot to remember, but also a lot of it's common sense. It's literally the exact same as GCSE. So if you've done GCSE, it's quite easy. But anyway, you're here for computer science. Let's go back to it. But yeah, no. RAMs have got stupidly priced. I think it's going back down again now, which is good because I don't want to have to pay like 60 grand to get a decent computer in the future.
Instruction being asked for on the data bus. Step 4. The instruction on the data bus is loaded into the memory data register. Step 5. The memory data register copies the instruction into the current instruction register. Step 6. The program counter can now be incremented by 1 to point to the next instruction, and the fetch stage is now complete. The decode stage. The contents of the current instruction register are sent to the control unit. The control unit then decodes the instruction. The execute stage. The instruction within the current instruction register is carried out or executed by the CPU. Registers can be changed in different ways during the execution phase depending on the instruction. If a memory location is to be read from or written to, that is an LDA or STA instruction in the little man computer, then the address
store and load
stored within the current instruction register will be loaded into the memory address register. In the case of the STA or store operation, the data stored in the accumulator is sent to memory. In the case of a load or LDA instruction, the data is loaded from memory into the accumulator. If the instruction is to carry out a calculation, that is an app.
You got to. Okay, quick topic, a quick side rant here. Another one. We were right before we broke off to go and do exam leave. We had some really wise words from our head of year that almost made me laugh. Right? No disrespect to him, but the way he phrased it. He turned around, which makes sense. He said, explode over the paper. Now, because I have the mind of a child, I didn't take that as explode knowledge over the paper. I took that as the innuendo. I remember me and Ben and my friend Duncan, we were sat in the exam hall at the back. Not exam hall, in the sixth form bit at the back. And I remember just looking to Ben. He was on this side. I just looked at him and went. And I look over to Duncan and go. And I swear that was like we were trying not to laugh our heads off in the middle of the assembly. Yeah. So guys, don't forget to explode your knowledge all over the paper. Now there's like a, what is that? Is that like a potato chip? What the hell are you? I got potato chips. I don't think that was a potato chip. I think that was like a little bit of my carpet.
Or a sub operation, then the contents of the memory data register and the accumulator are sent to the ALU and the results sent back to the accumulator. Next, we have the factors affecting the performance of the CPU, starting with clock speed.
Clock speed.
A clock in the control unit sends a pulse at fixed intervals to control the speed that the CPU carries out the fetch, decode, execute cycle. The higher the speed of this pulse, the more instructions can be completed per second. Overclocking. Some CPUs allow the clock speed to be altered. This can result in faster performance because the CPU can carry out more instructions in the same amount of time, but generates more heat and could damage the CPU. Cache. Cache is a small amount of very fast memory built into the CPU. It holds instructions or data that are frequently used, have recently been used, or are about to be used. It is faster for the CPU to fetch data from cache rather than from the slower RAM. That's the von Neumann bottleneck in operation. However, cache is expensive, more expensive certainly than RAM. Number of cores. A core is a complete processing unit. It has its own control unit, ALU.
Ryzen 7, does that have 7 cores? Because obviously I know that I know that i7 I think has 7 cores. Let me get out my nifty phone and look it up. I'm guessing they do. If they don't, then that sounds like a scam. Ryzen 7, not 8. Number of cores. I hope it's 7. It has 8. 1 extra free core. And 16 threads. Yeah. I don't know which one I have. I know I have a Ryzen 7. I think it's the 5700. Yeah. The Intel core. Intel is another big manufacturer of them. I think China or something was currently doing some, which might get the market down. There we go. A little bit of business for all the business students that also do it. I don't think there's many of us that do computer science and business and physics. If there is, hit that like button. Hit it. But yeah,
no. Registers, etc. Each core can independently carry out the fetch, decode, execute cycle. This allows multiple instructions to be processed at the same time.
Always nice.
The use of pipelining. Pipelining is a technique for fetching an instruction while the prior one is being decoded and the one before it is being executed. It is a simple form of parallel processing.
I'd be happy
so you can see from the table here, during step 1, we can fetch instruction number 1. In step 2, we can fetch instruction 2 while at the same time decoding instruction number 1. And then at the next stage, we can fetch instruction 3 while at the same time decoding instruction number 2 and executing instruction number 1, and so on and so forth. A pipeline controller has to predict jump instructions in order to keep the pipeline full. If the controller makes a mistake, the pipelines have to be emptied or flushed, which degrades performance. Von Neumann, Harvard, and contemporary processor
lovely jubbly. Should we do this?
architectures. The Von Neumann architecture has a single control unit and a single ALU. It works sequentially through instructions, stores instructions and data together in the same memory unit in a binary format. The Harvard architecture Well, the idea of the Harvard architecture is to split the memory into two parts. One part for data and another part for programs. Each part is accessed with a different bus, and this gives certain advantages over von Neumann architecture. However, it's more difficult to design and build, and more difficult to program, and generally more expensive. Modern architecture...
Every good thing is more expensive. Every good thing is more expensive. You cannot have a good thing in life that isn't expensive. I say that like McDonald's is like, okay, right. Let me just zoom in a little bit on myself here. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. Because I need to make a point here. I need to make a very, very nice point here. I do love other milkshake brands, alright? I've had I've went to America a few times and I've had some I think it was like Haagen-Dazs or something milkshakes. And I think I've also had like cookies and cream Haagen-Dazs thing. Now they're good. They're a good kind of premium milkshake. But then also they're more expensive. They're like, I think it was like $10, which I think is about £8-ish. Running through my head, it changes. But yeah, so it's more expensive, but it's got like a slightly higher quality. Whereas then if you compare with the price to quality ratio of a McDonald's milkshake, well, they slap. They slap all day. Like, I mean, like, McDonald's milkshakes are just absolutely goated. Same with, what are they called? Yazoo's. Yazoo ones are pretty good as well. I have those when I don't go places. Like, there's a Tesco's near mine that I just love getting Yazoo. I just go, either that or a Monster. As you know, if you watch the channel, I love a Monster. And yeah, it's also very nice to have them before revising. You get a lot of energy. You go like start like thinking like Ace Ventura. But yeah, that's good. Anyway,
architecture makes use of parallel processing more than one piece of data at the same time. This includes something like pipelining, which we've already discussed, array processing, which is an example of SIMD, single instruction multiple data. Here, a number of ALUs allow one instruction to be performed on a large data set simultaneously. An example of array processing would be a graphics card or something similar. We also have multi-core processing, which is MIMD, multiple instruction, multiple data. Here, each CPU has a number of cores, which are complete processing unit, or each computer system has multiple CPUs, for example, a workstation or a supercomputer. Next up, we have...
Anyway, if you guys want to see me do types of processor, we can do that. Put in the comment section. Let's say if this gets 10 likes, I'll do it. This obviously isn't something I'm going to be doing all the time revising, because I'm simply doing this because a friend said it. If it does well, who knows, maybe I'll start a second channel and do this as well. But yeah, no, this is mainly gaming. I just thought it'd be kind of funny, me doing like a little video on it. So yeah, if you don't do computer science and you just watch that for the fun of it, then a little insight on what we do. A little insight, you know, like a little taste there. Like a bon appetit, you know? But yeah, I'm going to sign out and I'm going to go do some vibe coding, because why not? You know, why not? No, I'm actually going to revise, then do a bit of vibe coding. Me and Ben have been mucking around with Figura. I don't know if any of you know the Minecraft mod. You can make your own custom avatars. There's a little bit of limitations where you can't do like damage and stuff with it. It's only like visual stuff, but yeah, it's still quite cool. I've made like a horror mob thing with like shadows, invisibility and stuff. It's taken a little bit of understanding because it uses a coding language we don't use before. So I did it entirely with AI, you know. Screw all the water, I guess. But no. If I actually could be bothered and I wasn't doing A-levels, I would code it myself or figure out how to, but I can't be bothered to watch like 500 YouTube tutorials to hide the name tag. So AI's doing the job for me, you know? Yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys in another video, hopefully. I've not released much recently, so I will try and get another one out for this week as well. Maybe another thing. But yeah, we're nearly there. My last exam's on the 17th, and then after that it's going to be full sailing. I'm going to be pumping out content. I've got quite a bit of content planned, actually. Let me see if I can find my sheet. No, that is my villain sheet for my book. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm rewriting the first book again. Why? Because I've had a slight change in mind in one plot line that I want to change. So yeah, it's a lot of rewrites, but hopefully that means it's good. I'm not like, I don't really do English literature or anything or language, so the grammar might be a bit. I think I'd be better as a series writer because I understand everything in my head. It's just my technical skills when it comes to writing stuff is not great. So yeah, maybe I don't know. Should I learn how to animate stuff, or they make an animation kind of thing? I don't know. Animations would be a lot longer to do. Like, I mean, it takes me. My book's 125,000 words long, 300 something pages of A5, so it's decently long. It's epic novel length, but yeah. Let me see if I can find around here somewhere. Found it. I think. Right, I've got my video ideas here. If you guys want to see any of these sooner than later, tell me. I do have a few recordings that I haven't edited yet because I'm a lazy motherfucker. Pardon my language. We've got a dinosaur Gary's Mod hide and seek thing, which I don't think I've showed Gary's Mod on the channel before, so that's good. That was a little bit goofy because it was our first time playing around with Gary's Mod, so there is a bit of getting used to everything. It's quite low quality. I wouldn't say low quality. Ben finally got a microphone. But yeah, so we can do stuff like that now. I'll tell you some of the video ideas. I'll probably make this short. Gary's Mod stuff, Homelander hide and seek, Godzilla hide and seek, Sukuna hide and seek, FNAF hide and seek, Yandere hide and seek. Don't ask me why I came up with that idea. We're going to continue playing Subnautica 2. I'm also, because I realised I start things and then stop things, we're going to be going back to Thief Simulator, Secret of the Mimic. Yes, I'm going to be doing that again once I get more time to record. Resident Evil, I'm not too sure about. I think maybe might go back, but not in the way I was doing it before. I think I'm going to do modded stuff with Resident Evil rather than just vanilla, because you guys have seen that before. You don't want to see more of that. And then reaction, there's going to be a bunch of reaction stuff. And then I'm also going to play modded Subnautica 1. So yeah, that's all the videos. I've currently got any ideas. Any ideas, put them in the comments section. I'd love to hear them. I'm going to also do Life of Luxury at some point. I did start recording that the other day, and then realised I had the entire audio off and cancelled it. So, oops. Yeah, anyway, that's this video, a little revising video done. So if you guys like this, hit that like button, subscribe, 10 likes, and you will see another one. Peace.